I decided I'd add this blacklisting event to today's videos as it's a quick one. It's probably one of the easiest ones that I can talk about because it doesn't have a whole emotional factor involved in it. On July 14th, I think it was 2015, I went to Emerge with what I knew was a broken hand. I've broken my hand a number of times and I know the pain of a broken bone. I was told that all imaging came back normal. I repeatedly asked about my hand as it's not the first time that I've broken it, and was told by multiple providers that it was not broken. I knew it was. I splinted it myself. And 3 weeks later, when the imaging came up on, I think it's called mychart, it was broken exactly where I said it was. There was a floating bone chip. They told me, I called Emerge, and Emerge told me to be at the fracture clinic the next morning at, I think it was like 7:30 before the first patient because it was 3 weeks later. They had me in the fracture clinic, and the first thing that was like super insulting is that I was basically accused of lying. I had my hand in a hand splint that I had for carpal tunnel from when I used to work in the hospital. And he wanted to know where I got the hand splint, that a doctor hadn't actually prescribed the hand splint. Then basically accused me of being a liar because when an imaging is done and there's a broken bone, it goes through so many people, and all of those people who see a fracture send it to the fracture clinic. They never got a referral for me. His question was, why did I not come to the fracture clinic? And I'm like, because I was told it was not fractured. He had a very hard time understanding this because apparently it goes, each imaging of a fractured bone goes between 3 and 5 different employees who all send it to the fracture clinic. And somehow not a single one of those had actually gone to the fracture clinic. So that's like a basic story of how I feel I was blacklisted. Being blacklisted for filing a lawsuit because after a C-section, and I felt it pop internally. And as soon as they sat me up, it started bleeding for 2 days. They did not believe me until 2 residents came into my room and removed the staples in front of me and another mom with my bowels hanging out, and then tried to shove them back in, causing some of the permanent bowel issues that I have. Our healthcare is not right. I don't know if anybody's ever watched W5, the episode Stacked Odds. It explains why as Canadians, we can very rarely win in medical malpractice suits, even as serious as mine. What people need to understand is it's not just me that went through this, it's my whole family. My 2 boys have been lived in this for 13 years, seeing their mother screaming in the washroom in pain with nobody caring, telling them that the rectal bleeding starts every 2 days before my period. That wasn't enough to convince them. Starting me on a medication to stop my periods, which stopped the rectal bleedings, proving they were endometriosis, is not enough. I still have cyclic bowel obstructions that now include urine retention, fecal vomiting, like all these things I don't even know how to express to you. But it's not just me. It's, for me as a mom, the mom guilt is that my kids are the ones that have witnessed with this. And yes, I know there's a silver lining. My kids are the most responsible adult, almost adult, more empathetic than any adults that I know because of what they've had to deal with, and they don't deserve this. Our healthcare needs to change. We need a no-fault healthcare that holds doctors who do this responsible. I shouldn't be suffering. I went from a family of 2 incomes. We just bought our first house in downtown Toronto to trying to survive on ODSP. This is not supposed to be my life. This is Canada.